Mini episode 415 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by that NBA Lottery Pick, your pop culture influenced look at the world of hoops. Follow them on the web at that NBALotteryPick.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 415 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with the FDH Lounge preview of Mad Men episode 7.4, which is called The Monolith. This season we'll be listing the top 5 themes of the previous week's episode to examine how they're driving the characters into the end game of the series. Here's the top 5 themes from episode 7.3 moving into this week. Number 5. Jim's presumption of Ted's loyalty may well prove to be Chekhov's gun. Ted was mentioned but not seen last week, as we may presume that he is still the same glum lump witnessed in episode 7.2. In the interim, Jim Cutler presumes to speak for him at every opportunity back in New York, which has to make you wonder. We've already seen that Ted, while prone to mistakes, is not somebody who is a power-hungry, soulless chode like Jim. And Ted, who has had his differences with Don, still respects him greatly, and he knows that Don threw away his California dream for him. Partners in the firm are represented almost evenly between the pro and anti-Cutler forces, and we're supposed to take for granted that Ted and Jim, who came over from their own firm, will always march side by side. But remember the twists and turns that this show constantly throws at its viewers. Number 4. Betty ensures that her son will suffer from the same mommy issues as his father. Poor Bobby, cursed with one of the absolutely horrid moms in television history. To any observer, it was clear how thrilled he was that his self-absorbed China doll of a mother deigned to perform her maternal duties and provide maternal support for one day in her spoiled life. And then it all went to crap. The innocent mistake of a child in trading away what turned out to be Betty's sandwich gave her a club to beat him over the head with relentlessly. At this point, the observation is a cliche, but it is as true as it was at the outset of the series, and as much as it apparently always will be. Betty is an unfit mother because she is still a child herself. Number 3, Don and Megan falter in their relationship as well as professionally. With each at low points in their professional life, the first real indication that Don's second divorce may be inevitable came up when Megan threw him out of California. She was hurt that he concealed his professional downfall from her, seeing it as distrust about her level of commitment to him. But there is another way of seeing it, since Don was also shown dressing up and looking professional when Dawn came by to deliver work updates in the previous episode. He wants to be seen as somebody worthy of respect, even if it means puffing himself up to more than his present status. Since Don's probably not able or willing to enunciate that explanation, though, we're left wondering just how much length remains in this most unlikely union. Number 2, Jim Cutler's a-hole army is still gathering steam. Now Harry Crane is on the verge of being co-opted, just as Joan was. In flexing his nuts this week as president of the firm, something that most viewers could be forgiven for forgetting was his designation, Roger made it clear that the battle was joined. Jim lost the battle about keeping Don on the sidelines, but may have won the war by subjugating the firm's ultimate alpha male to middle-aged sourpuss Lou. When and if Don gives Jim the pretext to make a final move on him, Roger has put his own neck on the chopping block as well, and name on the wall or no name, Jim may succeed in supplanting him as top dog once and for all. Number 1, Don's comeback from rock bottom comes with an unprecedented dose of humble pie. Anyone who doubts that Matthew Weiner can still throw a wicked curveball needs to rewatch that last scene. With the outrageous, humiliating terms laid upon Don's return, along with him willingly signing away any recourse about protecting his partnership, the Don Draper we've known for 7 seasons would never acquiesce. Indeed, John Hamm was starting to apply the foundation of a classic Don Draper smirk as viewers braced for how he was going to wittily reject his associates. Instead, he humbly agrees to those outrageous terms. Wittingly or not, the partners have taken away his ability to make the critical adaptations in a pitch meeting by making him stick to a pre-approved script. The first time that he tries to save a pitch by thinking on his feet, he will be in violation of his terms of reinstatement. If he can keep going with the flow, even under these extreme circumstances, then we really are witnessing a fully evolved Don Draper, which should have ramifications for the future of his marriage as well. Thank you for tuning in to this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the Periodic Table of Elements.